Many people say that they freeze, just like they can't really think of anything, and they feel like they're total blank in their head when they try to talk to a native speaker. So if you ever felt and experienced this feeling before, you're not the only one. Many people say that they also experience this kind of paralysis. So why we sometimes experience this paralysis when we try to talk to a native speaker? So why we sometimes experience this paralysis when we try to talk to a native speaker? I can think of two reasons, so I will tell you the reasons. The first reason is that we have deep-seated inner fear. So what kind of fear am I talking about here? I believe that this kind of fear is given or stems from our culture. So what fear? Korean culture, I think Korean culture is not really tolerant to imperfection, mistakes, or being a beginner. So that's why if we feel like, or if we believe that we're not good at something, or we are not good enough, I think we begin to feel like we are being minpek, or we are bothering other people. So it's a kind of a deep-seated and ingrained feeling in our hearts. So how does it come into play when we talk with the native speaker? Maybe we reason within ourselves that, my English is poor and my pronunciation is poor. Maybe I can't really understand him or her very well. So what if I become minpek to that native speaker? Well, what if the native speaker feels uncomfortable with me? Is he or is she, trying to show patience with me, like that? So we are concerned about their feeling, and we are kind of fearful about the situation. If we come into states of this kind of mentality and feeling, we won't be really able to concentrate on the conversation. So we will experience lots of tension. Sorry, the dogs are barking, so it's really noisy. I'll take a little moment here with a cup of coffee. So if we are preoccupied with that kind of fear, we can't really relax ourselves. We can't really, focus on conversation. But we feel tense, so the other person can feel the tension expressed by our body languages and the facial expressions and the words we say. So we need to overcome that fear. It's easy to say, but it's hard to be done. So you need to really try hard in order to overcome this. But please keep reminding yourself the importance of the rise above this feeling, because it will really help you. If you are preoccupied with this kind of fear, you might tend to focus too much on the smoothness and perfection of the conversation. So even if you didn't understand what the native speakers say, maybe you keep saying yeah, or I got it, like that, even if you didn't really understand, because you didn't want to become minpek, so you try to just keep the conversation go smooth, even if you didn't really understand. If you spot this kind of tendency in yourself, notice that you're preoccupied with fear. So stop being concerned about the feeling of others. Stop being concerned about what the native speaker would feel about you because of your language. They might not care about it. If you focus on the contents of conversation instead of focusing on your fear, it will readily be displayed, on your attitude. Once you change your attitude, once you change your approach, native speakers feel that it's more natural, and they will also change their response to you. So you'll find that your conversation is much more enjoyable with native speaker. I believe the second reason why is that we do not feel the native speaker more personal. So what do I mean when I say that you don't feel them as more personal? Again, I think it also stems from our culture as well, culture background or our upbringing. We view white people or English native speakers with too much favor, or we too much look up to them, just like their huge existence, not like same person as us. Maybe the movies you watched from childhood or Hollywood movies, how they describe white people or Americans, the concept of American people, we kind of have been educated throughout our lifetime. So somehow we view them like too much bigger than they are supposed to be. So we feel like they're huge and they feel like they're small. So I think that makes us feel too much nervous to talk to them. Sometimes maybe you never really had much chance to talk to them. Maybe if it is your first experience talking to native speaker, foreigner, you might feel too much foreign to them, too much distant, from them. So that makes you feel more nervous. So how can you overcome this nervousness? Let me take a brief example. Do you feel nervous when you talk to your friends? Do you feel nervous when you talk to your neighbor? I don't think you would feel that way. So you feel comfortable, you feel at ease, right? Because they are just like friends or your neighbor and just same person like you. Then now shift our thoughts to a native speaker and ask yourself, how am I supposed to feel about them? So if you can feel the native speaker as your friends, your neighbor, or just the people around you, then you'll feel less nervous. How can you achieve that goal? I would like to say, stop trying to practice your English with them. Don't view them as your practice counterparts of your English, but view them as person. So eventually they're really person. Why? They use different language, but they are people with the life, experience, interest, also thoughts, feelings. So same like us. So eventually they're same like us. So stop practicing English with them, but start talking with them. What I mean is that try to make connection with them at a personal level. How can you make a connection with them? Maybe you can try to find something that you can talk in common. How can you find the common ground? Maybe you can start talking about your personal interest. So, for example, if you like camping, so talk about camping. For example, I love camping, so I love to go this place and that place for camping. Like I like to go to the mountain for camping. I like to go to the riverside for camping. So you can talk about that. So you can also talk about your camping style among the various activities you can engage in during entire camping. Maybe why don't you talk about what you especially enjoy? For example, I love cooking outside. I love just sitting outdoor, just enjoying nature. So what aspect of camping you enjoy the most? You talk about that. And then also you can ask the question back to native speaker, your native speaker friend, like, do you like camping too? So if so, where is the popular camping site in your country? So when was the last time you went for camping? So what did you do like that? So you talk about more personal things. So if you talk about personal things, it's something that you both are interested, and then you find that you can easily connect with the person. So if you are once connected with that person, and then you begin to feel like that this is not just native speaker, foreigner, your friend, real person. So once you feel that way, you'll be more comfortable. So you can push your nervousness away. Well, today I talked about two main points. How can you overcome your deeply ingrained fear? And second, how can you make native speaker feel like a friend or more like a person? So once you can overcome these two feelings, I believe you will fully enjoy your conversation with the native speaker. And then once you do that, maybe for the next coming events, for the next encounter with native speaker, you enjoy conversation and the meeting with them. Not only that person, but also another native speaker. You have more courage, you have more confidence to talk to them, to approach them, and you will make more friends. So, this is the end of my video, and I pretty much talked about everything I thought, and I hope you liked my video. And if you have any idea or question, something you want to suggest me to cover, so please leave your comments, and I'll also try to make a video for you. Thank you. Bye.